What we're going to do today is we're going to start refining some 925 silver. So we'll start off with the process of how we go about it, and the first part is to weight. I always like to know what numbers we start with, what numbers we finish with, prices and stuff like that, to see where I'm at, make sure I'm not losing any along the way. So a couple of bits fell off there, pretty unimportant. So we've got 1.223 kilos. We've got a pen about to write that down before I forget. Doesn't make a difference because I've got it on the video. Anyway, so 1.22 kilos. Right, so we'll just put that all on there. A few balls might roll off, but won't do any harm. Get rid of these scales. They can go away. So I'll bring the camera down in a second and show you exactly what we've got here. Show you how we go about it. Let's have a look. So this is pretty much the jewellery, like I say, 1.223 kilos of 925. I've had a quick check through it, just ran it through with a magnet, checked hallmarks, that type of stuff, just to ensure. Also take any catches apart, so you'll get a little steel spring inside a lot of the catches. We generally get rid of them. A couple of bracelets. The gentleman I bought this stuff off, he'd had a try at melting it, and where it'd gone wrong with this was pretty much too big a bit in one go. If you're going to start melting some 925, start off with a little bit, clear the crap out of it, clear the rubbish out of it, and just start melting that little bit first in a crucible, something along these lines. You just pop it in there, you melt it down, and then slowly just add to it. So hopefully, I haven't tested the likes of these, they're non-magnetic, feel like silver to me, look like silver, so we'll find out. So I'll pop the camera back up there, and all we're basically going to do today is we're just going to burn any contaminants off it. So like from people touching it, and myself touching it, any grease and grime that's on the surface, we don't want to be putting that into the nitric acid if we can help it. So we'll get rid of that. These type of things, they're probably just CZs in there, they won't be real diamonds. If they were real diamonds, wouldn't be a great problem, they'd just be left in the solution after we finish. So I'll pop the camera back up the top. Okay, so we've now got our 925 that's been burnt off the dough tub. So what we're going to do, we're just going to top them up with water, pure water, just above the top of the highest bit. Squash that bit down too. This one will have to be filled a bit more because of the big mound of 925 in this one. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add the nitric acid. Gloves, goggles, no expense spared for safety gear. You get a little bit of this nitric acid in your eyes, you're pretty much knackered. So safety first. If you haven't got the safety gear or you're an idiot, don't do it. Stay away. Simple as that. So I've already got the nitric acid in a beaker here. Usually I'd be doing this in my fume cupboard, but I can't set the camera up there, so I'm just going to do it here. It's well ventilated. I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert, apparently. So we're just going to add small amounts each time. I'm probably going to add smaller amounts than I normally would, just for the simple fact that I'm not in the fume cupboard. So you can see that one in particular is starting to fizz away. So is that one. We'll do a touch more. You can see the reaction starting to happen now. As well with a measuring jug, don't put loads of nitric acid in it, in case you have an accident. The least amount you spill, knock, splash, the better for you. So yeah, just very small amounts, because you don't want an adverse reaction of anything and to froth up and come over the tops and stuff like that. Usually we have ours, like I say, in spill trays, in a fume hood. We know what we're doing. One of the reasons for splitting it over 3 is so that we're working down at very low levels. We're not working over halfway of the beaker. Plus it's just going to add to it. And if needs be, we get water on hand to dilute it if it starts frothing away. I'll just go grab some more nitric. So there we can see the reaction happening. And you've got the smoke coming off the top, which is a bit toxic. You can see it fizzing away there, lovely. Right, so you can see it fizzing away. That's one of the reasons for the glasses. The last thing you want is a little bit of that popping up in your eye. It'll just blind you there and then. Yeah, the reason you... So this is the following day, approximately 9 hours on. I've just topped up the nitric acid as the reaction had stopped. You can see it's carried on very nicely now. So you can see the metals inside there starting to dissolve, come away. So this is just to show you, this is the lump of semi-melted together 925 that was in with the mix. That's still in there dissolving away. Probably going to take another 24 hours or so for that, so that can go back in there. Fizzling away still. So everything's pretty much dissolved in that one, pretty much dissolved in this one, pretty much dissolved in this one. What I've done was set up another jug there with some large bits out of the other tubs. So what can happen is you can run out of solution for the silver to dissolve into, and then the reaction just stops. So I've set up this one just because I don't want to overfill the jugs. very metallic-y.
There we go. Refining at its best. So the lye turns the silver chloride into silver oxide, and then the sugar turns the silver oxide into silver. So there's pure silver, nice and shiny.